Hi guys, this is Perodua Kenari. They have been around for almost 20 years, and yet you can still see many of these on the road today. So today I'd like to take this car for a test drive and tell you why this car has been very popular in Malaysia. Let's see how this car accelerates. Not bad, it's got decent acceleration. It actually accelerates much better than I thought. You know, it's got the same powertrain as the Axia and the Kalisa, and Kalisa is a lot smaller and this is a lot taller, and it looks much bigger, and it weighs like 100 kilograms heavier than the Kalisa. It's got the same powertrain, and yet it takes off quite well. It does not feel as sluggish as Axia. I think Axia's got the same powertrain. The reason why it doesn't accelerate as well, because Axia is a modern car. It's controlled by computer modules and it's tuned to be sluggish. It doesn't accelerate very well in order to achieve fuel economy. So you cannot have great acceleration and good fuel economy at the same time. So whichever you prefer, but I would rather have it accelerate a bit better than the Axia, which this car does quite well for the same powertrain. Now this car has been about 20 years old, so it does rattle a little bit. You can't avoid that. The fact that it's still on the road today, it's still running great, it's already amazing. It's got more than 100,000 kilometers on the clock and it's still running and shifting very smoothly. Now the best thing about this car is its practicality. It's boxy, it's tall, it may not be attractive, but you can't deny the fact that this car is very practical. You can't believe how much headroom I have when you get inside here, and getting in and out of it is quite convenient. And people bought this car mainly because of its practicality and how easy it is to maneuver around town, and it's very spacious inside. It's very small, the head is very short, so it's very easy to move around town, and yet it does have a lot of space. So that is the biggest asset of this car, and I suspect that a lot of people love the shape of this car as well, because the resale value of this car has held up very well. Another positive thing about this car is the powertrain used in this car. It comes with 1 liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. They either come with 5-speed standard transmission or 4-speed automatic transmission, but this car's got the 4-speed automatic transmission. So if you maintain this car very well, they do last a long time. You know, for the last 20 years, you can still see many of these on the road, and that is a testimony to its reliability. Perodua sells very reliable cars in general, and this car is no exception. I mean, if you maintain them correctly, they can really last you for a very, very long time, if you don't mind the rattling sound here and there. Another positive thing about this car is how economical it is to stay on the road. You know, they don't consume much petrol, and they're very easy to maintain. They've got a lot of spare parts to maintain. They're cheap to maintain, and with a little bit of money, you can just keep this car on the road. Especially in Malaysia, people buy cars, they want cars that do not give them much problem. They want cars that last for a long time with the least amount of money put in for maintenance, and this car has achieved just that. It's got this coin holder, which is very nice. I'm not sure why a lot of cars nowadays don't have this anymore. It would be nice to still see this coin holders. This car's been very well taken care of. It's still in great condition. The dashboard looks very nice, and the design of the dashboard also looks decent. After 20 years, this car still drives very well. It feels very solid. It's still in great condition. The engine is purring like a cat, and it's got very good acceleration as well, and it has aged very well. I would say that this car can still go many more kilometers. It can still last many more years. The steering wheel feels quite nice. Of course, this is not the original steering wheel, but the turning is okay. A little bit of body roll as you would expect a car this tall, but it does handle okay, not bad. Well, it does feel floating on the road a little bit as you go fast, but this is not meant for speed, but driving in the city, it's alright. Now, what's negative thing about this car? I mean, this car is built for its purpose, and it has achieved its purpose perfectly well. It's very hard for me to find anything negative to say about this car, because it's not meant for what it's not for. But how I wish that the rear door could open wider to like 90 degree so that you can get in and out more easily, because practicality is the theme for this car. That's the only thing I feel it could be improved. Now personally, I actually do not like the shape of this car. It's tall, it's boxy. Maybe 20 years ago it was fine. I mean, it was beautiful back then, but by today's standard, a lot of car comes with very beautiful design now, a lot sleeker. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have this car also, please leave your comment down below and tell me what you think about the car, whether you still like the shape of this car, because I still see a lot of this on the road and they cost well above 10,000 ringgit. It would be very interesting for me to hear from owners. Thank you.